the state of readiness for the party to launch its manifesto. That's coming up tomorrow, and the main celebrations, of course, marking the ANC's 107th anniversary. Let's cross live to that now.
January 8th statement of the 107-year anniversary of the ANC, as well as on the state of readiness on the launching of the People's Manifesto of the African National Congress, which will set the way forward for the next 5 years, but also tonight in the Gala dinner, we will give you a preview of our manifesto, which will give an account of our 25 years in government. We will not get into that manifesto, we will not get into that general statement. The person mandated on behalf of all of us as the African National Congress to do that in terms of our protocol in the president. But we are happy that the chief political administrator of the ANC, who is responsible for the day-to-day running of the ANC, will give account here in this media briefing of the state of our readiness for tomorrow, as we will be celebrating the 107 years. I will now give over to Comrade S. Magashule. The immediate once Comrade S. Magashule is done, we will distribute these copies, our briefing, and then distribute these copies to each media outlet. This is the draft program for tomorrow. We want each and every one as a media outlet to leave with a copy, so that you can know how to plan your day tomorrow. But unfortunately, we will not be in a position to give you electronic copies of the manifesto, as well as the electronic copies of the January 8th statement. They are embargoed. So if you can give your details to our media team, so that at least an hour before we go on air, we can forward copies to you, so that we can start reading them, preparing your questions for tomorrow. But for now, we will not issue the copy for fear of reprisal and fear of an unfair analysis and critics before the copy comes in. It's for our own security. It's unfortunate. Equally, as politicians, there is a story that we sometimes act unethically. It's equally a responsibility to the media that some of you conduct yourselves in a manner that threatens the climate of the media. So we are afraid to issue electronic copies because of the conduct of some of the media outlets who just do it for the good of it. So lack of professionalism, but it's a thing that we'll manage. We'll repay it as time goes on, so that that trust relationship can be built. I don't want to sound like Trump or other leaders of the opposition in the country, but I know we have to give you the embargoed copy. But generally, the conduct in the past was undefeated of the conduct of some of you, so that's why we're afraid to give copies for now. But we'll give out the program. I will now hand over to our leader, the Secretary General, Comrade S. Magashule, to brief all of us. Thank you very much, Leadership.
Okay. Should I sit? Should I stand?
Sit. Yes.
Okay. I don't have reading glasses. Well, thanks, Comrade Dakota, and thanks to the media, and thanks for your patience. Let me just read the statement as is. It's an ANC statement on the readiness to the launch of the People's Manifesto. It's the People's Manifesto because we have consulted and engaged our communities, our structures, stakeholders, South Africans, and the entire membership of the ANC. So tomorrow the African National Congress will be launching its election manifesto for the upcoming elections, which will encapsulate its vision for a better South Africa in the next 5 years and beyond. It is indeed January 8th statement tomorrow, But within that January 8 statement, we will be launching this manifesto. It is fitting that this occasion takes place at Moses Mabhida Stadium, which is named after our struggle icon, Comrade Moses Mabhida. It is equally fitting that the province of KwaZulu-Natal, home to the founding president of the African National Congress, Dr. John Langalibalele Dube, the manifesto launched by the president of the ANC tomorrow, Comrade Cyril Matamela Ramaphosa, will be a culmination of an extensive process of engagement with all sectors of society. We are proud as the ANC to proclaim without equivocation that it is indeed a people's manifesto which captures the aspirations and hopes of the people of this country. As the ANC, we continue to be humbled by the contributions we have received from all strata of society, including the international community. We also remain humbled by their observation that in this manifesto we build on the achievements of the last 25 years to build a better country. We are inspired, agitated by the unwavering confirmation by the people that South Africa is a better country than it was before 1994. However, that should not lull us into some form of complacency, as more work still needs to be done. We have also taken to heart the challenges that people have raised and the many missteps we have taken as an organization in our long journey to build a better South Africa and a better world. Our manifesto will respond to the challenges of crime, unemployment, inequalities, poverty, corruption, and will reignite the economy and take advantage of the digitalization era. This manifesto will ensure that the new dawn turns into sunshine and we usher in an era of renewal and hope to all South Africans, young and old, black and white. We have, as the leadership of the ANC, been involved in an intensive mobilization campaign, engaging communities and encouraging them to fill the stadium to capacity tomorrow on Saturday. And during our interactions throughout the length and breadth of the province, we have been humbled by the level of confidence the masses of our people continue to bestow on the ANC, even though they have been candid about the weaknesses their organization face. You will have observed that during our birthday celebration on the 8th of January this year, 2019, we were involved in massive rallies in all the 11 regions of KwaZulu-Natal. We must underscore that we have broken new ground, and in just one province. As the African National Congress, we commit that the manifesto the President delivers tomorrow will speak to the tangible change that our people will want to see in their lives. We are confident that this manifesto will lead to the renewal of the mandate of the African National Congress to govern. We are honored today and will be honored tomorrow by the presence of fraternal parties and international guests who will join us at the launch tomorrow. The fraternal parties who are sending delegations are as follows, and some of their delegations have already arrived. BNF from Botswana, ABC from Lesotho, BNP from Lesotho, SWAPO of Namibia. And we also have ZANU-PF, we have FATA, and many others who are still coming. We will also award Istwalande, Seaparangwe, the highest honor that the ANC confers for bravery to a number of stalwarts who have served this movement diligently and more importantly, selflessly throughout their lives. We expect buses to start arriving by midnight, and many comrades and supporters from all across the 9 provinces. Some of the provinces have already arrived. All control measures have been put in place to ensure that people are safe and secure to attend the manifesto. And the roads will be closed from tomorrow. Road closures will be in effect on the 12th of January. The road closures are as follows, and I'm sure we'll distribute this to the media. All the roads, they are there: Masabalala Yengwa Avenue, northbound at intersection, Sandile Tusi. So we will distribute this information. And there will also be control vehicle access, will also be in effect at various intersections and at various beaches. And if necessary, temporary road closures will also be effected as and when required upon Umgeni Road. And the following roads will be traffic-free zone for the duration of the event. And I think we have listed all those roads. And tomorrow will also prohibit items at the stadium, which will be prohibited, will be items such as firearms, dangerous weapons, no alcohol, as well as any T-shirt or placard that are insulting or divisive will not be allowed. This event is a celebration of the 107 years of the African National Congress. The gates of the stadium will open exactly at 7 o'clock when the cultural program will commence. And many of South Africa's most popular artists have confirmed their participation. Exactly at 9 o'clock, the Alliance will address us. And 10 o'clock immediately, the President is expected to launch the manifesto. After the messages, as I've said, from 9 of the Alliance partners and the leagues. We call on all our people to join us in their numbers at the Moses Mabhida Stadium to be part of history and to be part of the People's Manifesto's launch. We have no doubt that tomorrow Moses Mabhida will be a sea of black, green, and gold, confirming once again that the ANC lives and the ANC leads. We call upon all first-time voters to come out and register to vote and also join us tomorrow. And we also call all South Africans of voting age to verify their details with the IEC on the 26th and the 27th January 2019 during the final voter registration weekend. And I'm sure with this information we are here to communicate and inform the nation that the ANC is ready to celebrate its 107 years, and the ANC is ready to put hope into the masses of our people, black and white, young and old, literate and illiterate, rich and poor, and everybody from South Africa. And tomorrow will be a wonderful day. I'm sure you'll enjoy tomorrow. And I'm sure you're enjoying Durban. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Comrade Magashule, the Secretary General of our movement. I'm sure, ladies and gentlemen, without any much ado, we will ask each media outlet that has an interest to raise a question. With the Secretary General, we expect questions to be clarity-seeking questions. Would appreciate, with due respect, without suppression of media freedom and your rights to knowledge, to focus on the statement. But we are also allowed to ask general questions related to the state of the ANC or the state of the country. I think we can get hands. What you just need to do is to raise your hand. We will appoint you, and once we give you an opportunity, you just introduce yourself and tell us which media outlet are you coming from.
State of the country, we must wait for SONA.
Yeah, man, state of the country must wait for SONA, that's correct. We'll talk on the state of readiness of the General Head. Yes, sir. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Yeah, we'll give those 3 and an opportunity. You can start.
Thanks a lot. My name is Moani from Independent Media. I just needed clarity on the issue of T-shirts. The Secretary General said that the T-shirt that I researched, if you can clarify, so that we understand exactly what kind of T-shirts are researching. Also, there's an issue of the ANC in regime. This morning, it took the ANC to court, the region took the ANC to court, demanding its regional conference to be held sooner than general elections. And I wanted to understand if have you responded to them going to court? Have you submitted the filed papers? And what is the position in regard to multi-party? Is there any chance that you will give them the opportunity to satisfy themselves by going to the conference before the general election? Yeah.
So go ahead.
Good afternoon, Alvin Secretary from ANC. Can you confirm which former presidents will be part of tomorrow's celebrations?
Come again?
Can you confirm which former presidents will be part of tomorrow's celebrations?
Former presidents.
You talk as if there were too many.
You are right. The third date.
Good afternoon, it's Robert from Netbank 24. Just a bit of color on the logistics and other related matters. How much did the ANC spend on its 107th year anniversary celebrations? And can you give a breakdown of the costs as well? What were the biggest spending items with regards to this event? And secondly, will the live links at the stadium? In other words, will there be live links in other provinces where party members will be able to watch the proceedings if they are not here in KZN, or all of the events be sent to the province? And then the last question, Moses Manifesto has the capacity to talk about in excess of 60,000. In this regard, how many party supporters is the ANC expected to want to fill up this?
Thank you very much.
You are going to take the one of live links?
Yes.
The T-shirts.
Okay.
Inside the T-shirts.
All right. Okay, now I will start with the one of the live links. Yes, indeed, the live links will be there. The live links which we have prepared are live links which will be in our overflow, in the 2 overflows next to the stadium here at Moses Mapida. Then the rest of the country will get live links through our TV channels, which are licensed in the Republic of South Africa. So we want people to avail for their money of paying for TV license, as well as subscribing to private televisions. And radio. So we want to promote them so that there's value for money. Because value for money does not only apply to municipalities providing services or provincial government, they also apply to the public broadcaster and the private channels which are paid ensuring that they broadcast to their clients. So those TV boxes and TV set in each and every household, or those PVAs, those big screens at public areas, be it the shopping or whatever, would be our lifelines. So that's how we are going to link with the rest of the country. But we'll also use radio stations. There will also be a radio link as live link. So we expect all of you, as we are here, you would ensure that all your listeners, your viewers, get an opportunity to get this particular message of the birthday of the ANC. But more importantly, the message of the manifesto of the ANC. You know that the ANC has been a government now for 25 years. We have to take account of what we have done in the past 25 years. And we also have to shape the future of the country. So we'll appreciate when you can link us with the rest of the people. On the T-shirts which are insulting and very divisive, is that none of the members of the ANC must come and conduct themselves in a manner unbefitting to the conference resolution of the ANC. From Nazareth as the organization, we have made it clear to all in sundry that we are working towards the unity of the African National Congress. And unity, all of us would know, it's not a mechanical process. It's a process born out of a program of action. The program of action as it is now of the African National Congress is to prepare the ANC election machinery to get the new mandate come May National General Election. So all members of the ANC must focus on that. So by T-shirts, that means not insulting. It means T-shirts which do not have divisive messages, T-shirts that does not promote any factions or individuals, but T-shirts that respect the African National Congress. And T-shirts that respect the African National Congress will be T-shirts with the logos of the ANC, with the faces of the former presidents of the ANC, with the T-shirts with the Vote ANC, the T-shirts with the logos of our alliance partners, be it the South African Communist Party, COSATU or SANCO. All those particular T-shirts are allowed to be part of tomorrow's event. Other T-shirts which seeks to defocus us from the agenda of winning the elections on a landslide victory, those particular T-shirts are not welcome, and our marshals and security will not hesitate to get order in such an individuals who would attempt to bring any insulting T-shirt, because to us, those insulting T-shirts, we don't treat them just as freedom to say whatever. We treat them as an element of sabotage, and we are going to deal with them in that particular level of treating it like sabotage, because conference has called us to unite, to renew, and to ensure that we restore the confidence of the public in the African National Congress as their movement.
I'm sure Comrade Dakota has covered that point. Tomorrow is an event of the ANC, and it's an event where South Africans are invited. And when you attend somebody's event, you don't go there to cause any problem. You go there because you are invited, you are guests, and our members in the main will be there, and our members are expected to be disciplined members, because the whole of 2018 it was about renewal, discipline, selflessness, and unity. And everybody is expected. If you go to church and you are drunk, you don't enter. If you go anywhere, so we won't allow alcohol, divisive T-shirts. People understand what a divisive T-shirt is all about, and I'm sure that's what they will do. We won't allow anybody to come in. Number two, there are no many former presidents. There was only the late President Mandela, Zuma, and Mbeki, and now Comrade Cyril of the ANC. So former Secretary General Khalema will be there, We have invited all former leaders of the ANC, be it former NEC members of the ANC at any given stage since the unveiling of the African National Congress. Those who are still alive, we have invited them. President Ramaphosa will be there, President Zuma will be there, and President Mbeki did indicate that he would definitely have loved to come, but there were already engagements. So President Mbeki, as far as I know, he has apologized for not being there tomorrow because of prior engagements. How much has the ANC spent? The person dealing with the purse of the ANC is the Treasurer General. So I'm sure at the right time, the Treasurer General can tell us how much the ANC have spent. But in the main, what I know, members of the ANC from branches, regions, when you see T-shirts, and people are starting to buy these T-shirts, and we encourage branches and regions. The majority of comrades are transporting themselves, whilst the national head office is actually assisting. So TG will be the relevant person to respond to that question. Moses Mabhida, well, we have said we discourage by all means any region to go to court. As far as we know, all processes have been followed, internal processes have been exhausted, and it is not only Moses Mabhida which has not gone to any regional conference. There was a deadline. That deadline was the 31st of July. We extended it to the 31st of August. And when the 31st of August came, there were regions in the Eastern Cape, in the Western Cape, which wanted to go a week after the 31st of August. There were regions in the Free State which were supposed to have, their term was ending in November, end of November. So all those regions across the entire country were told now the focus is on elections. And what will disciplined cadres of the movement do? They will actually follow and adhere and take instructions. So we will deal with that matter of Moses Mabhida. We have been dealing with it. I hope comrades will understand that there won't be any regional conference. It's the highest decision-making body, the National Executive Committee, which has taken a decision that there shouldn't be any conference. The province of KwaZulu-Natal requested, even on behalf of Moses Mabhida, that they should actually go to conference. So the province was pleading for a regional conference, but the National Executive Committee said, we treat all provinces, all regions the same. We are a unitary organization. We are not federal. And therefore, our resolution stays. So Moses Mabhida is not a big issue. We will be able to resolve it. We have engaged comrades, and we have patience to further engage with comrades who are going to courts, to show them and teach them and educate them that you need to respect decisions of the highest decision-making body, which is the National Executive Committee, in between national conferences. I'm sure those were the questions. I'm sure, yeah. You can see the media is happy. It's January. They are still recovering from fatigue. Not from any other thing, from fatigue.
The answering of questions there by the ANC, of course, at their manifesto launch, which is set for tomorrow. This is just a readiness media briefing that is being held, of course, there by Ace Magashule, of course, of the ANC. Of course, the party has also held